Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Relax.Cut.Glue. If you're new here, welcome. I am so happy to have you all here with me today. So I talked through this entire video, but it ended up being over an hour long. So I'm speeding it up and doing a voiceover because I want you guys to see everything that I did here. So we're doing a massive magazine harvesting video today. A lot of people were super excited about this, so I'm very excited to bring it to you. These are all the magazines I recently got in a Happy Mail and my P.O. box and that kind of stuff and all that jazz. And we're going to go through all of them today, except for one. I opened one of them and I realized I just harvested from that exact same magazine. So I'm going to save that because I had a lot of spring things in it for the springtime. So that's why you'll see me pointing and stuff like that during this video. I will try and show you, or, I will tell you what I'm pointing at and everything. So I go through my magazines rapid fire to begin with. I only grab the things that immediately catch my eye, and I'm looking for funny images, interesting images, colorful images, as well as cool fonts, numbers, funny words, quotes, inspiring things. Most of all, I look for fun, quirky, colorful images. So I'm going through here and I'm just kind of finding everything that catches my eye right away. And I like that number 15. I'm not gonna, oh, I did end up pulling it out. Okay, so, and those ladies I could cut out. So I'm just kind of showing you all the different things that you could cut out and what I'm going to cut out. I like those words. That goes with the font that I like and the color and the words. So I'm definitely cutting those out. I cut out a lot of quotes and sentences, but then I cut them up to make my own. That would make a great background piece. Yeah, these are just, oh my gosh, I love magazine harvesting. I'm so glad so many of you wanted to see these videos. So little squares that we can cut up, definitely want those. And before you tell me in the comments to just photocopy the other side when I like both sides, which yes, you can absolutely do that. I personally don't do that. I don't like it. I want to use the magazine image, not paper. So I just pick which side I like better. And then I fussy cut or harvest it, and then I'll look on the page on the other side to see what I can salvage. So I'm grabbing a lot of food items because they're very colorful and bright. I want that eyeball. And like I said, I'm going to go through these magazines a couple more times, but this is just my first go through, and I'm going to grab everything that catches my eye right out of the gate. I want that poster. I want these dogs with the ladies. They could go in any of my glue books, especially my dog and cat glue book. Great quotes, great words. So definitely taking those. There's more of those ladies. I really like those kind of cartoony things. I put those a lot in my big random. I want the cat. I like the flowers. Lots of stuff on the other side as well. A lot of this stuff I cut down smaller to make the image look a little bit different. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you like all the background images I got and stuff. That would make a great background image. That would be great for my shark glue book. But I'm going to try and cut up a bunch of this stuff today and then show you in my community tab and in my Facebook group what I've cut out today. You'll see at the end how much I have to cut, so it's not happening that I get it all done today, but I'm going to give it a good shot. So I talk about how the food is very colorful. If you have an orange or you have a color glue book and you need orange, I'm showing there how you could cut out a rectangle of the inside of that food and put that in your color glue book. So food is great for color glue books. Really good, actually. I use a lot of it for that. But I end up using a lot of food in my glue books because of the color. Again, lots of fun things. Those drinks are really cute. It has the recipes of the drinks on the front. So that kind of writing I don't really mind, but usually I don't like writing on my images. I like those quotes, take it outside. I'm looking on the back. So some of this stuff I pass through because I'll get it another time. I don't like need it in my life right now. Love that Skechers ad on the back. Darn it. I wish it was in the magazine. So that magazine was for my friend and me, and I got lots of good things out of it. So thank you so much, girlfriend. I really appreciate it. Again, I'll go through it again. So now this is Cooking Light. I'm looking at all the words. I'm looking at fonts. Ooh, yeah. I love that typewriter. That was a good one. There's Jennifer Aniston. I'm going to cut out her eye and her lips. And then on the back, I'm going to cut out Jennifer there too. Different Jennifer. Really scanning the pages for words that I like. I'm reading the quotes and I'm deciding what I want to cut out. I like that whole quote, so I'm taking that. I really like how colorful that top half is, so I'll cut that into a rectangle. I'm going to cut out those people and put them on top of a burger. And I like the cheese. I think I decided I like the cheese better than the people because the people were kind of covered up a little bit by the blanket. But yeah, and there were so many butter ads in these. Oh my gosh, I think it was the last magazine I just finished. There's so much butter. Gross. I'm going to take the hand with the ham, and then you can take the ham out and tuck something else back in there if you don't want the ham in the person's hand. So I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to cut out these like pancakes, or I can't remember what they were. And this bacon, even though it looks disgusting, I still want that too. And I want that guy. Or was it a guy or a girl? I can't see. Yeah, this was just, man, I got so much. I kind of want to start cutting while I'm doing this voiceover, but I'm not going to. I want that sandwich, and I'm going to cut out the rectangle there. I'm looking, you'll see me hold up images to the light. I'm trying to see what I can get on both sides. I was trying to read that word there. I want the legs. I know there's legs on the other side. I'm just going to save those for another time. I only need one. Margaritas over mimosas. I don't know. I think I might rather have a mimosa. I'm going to cut out I'm going to put them on a burger or a sandwich or something. I think that would be funny. This taco's made for walking. Look, Lunchables made walking tacos. That would kind of make a cool background too. Definitely want that hot dog. And I want the at the top. Plant power. I want that. I couldn't tell what it was at first. It's intestines or something like that. So I want that. I don't know why. And then that's a pug. I took out the whole page. Even though there's writing all over it, I still want it. I don't care. I really like that. I was talking about how you could put something in the middle of it. I want that little poster there and the little character right next to it. So many things you can cut out here. So I'm going to cut her out and just cut like the top half of her off. And then I'm going to give her different eyeballs. I like to change their face and their features and stuff by giving them new eyes and a mouth. So maybe she'll get Jennifer Aniston's. I like that word tomorrow because of the font and the colors of it. I really liked that vitamin right there. I thought it would look kind of cool as like an abstract piece. But then I decided, I think I like that jar with the fish in it better. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I like that quote, so I want to cut that out. So many different things. Butterball. I decided I wanted to put that butterball over with the intestines. So here I'm showing you when you find pages like this that have blocks of color, cut those out and use those as backgrounds. You can do like a master board in your glue book of the different squares of color. So I'll show you a few more times in this magazine where there's blocks of color like that. And I cut them out. I love that. That's interesting. I'm cutting out her eyes. So yeah, I will show you more times here where you can find blocks of color and cut them out. That'd be great for my cat glue book. I'll come back to it. I want Larry the Cable Guy and probably some of those words. So I'll probably keep it whole for now is what I was talking about and then cut it up later if I want to. Winners bring the heat. I want that. That's really cute. That kind of made me sad because it shows the little puppy and then him older. So here I'm going to cut out the asparagus, and I'm showing here about how there's a number right there. I would still fussy cut it, and there's only this tiny little circle of black right there. I would just leave that. You're not going to notice it in your glue book because it's so thin, but you could also put a word over that part right there. Nobody'd even know that there's a little black spot. And then here I'm talking about how you could cut out little squares of the food if you have magazines that have a ton of food in it, and then do a master board in your glue book of all the little squares of food and then put like a bigger image on front. I really wanted that bread. I was very excited for that. There's also a ton of wine bottles I've noticed in a lot of these cooking magazines. Okay, so at first I wasn't going to take this bee thing here because it's a great background because all it has is that little bit of words right there. But then I kept flipping and there was a ton more bee stuff. So I decided to tear it out and I'm going to make a whole bee page out of it. And then there's these like octagon shapes and I want those. Again, that's a great full page image right there. And then right here is more of those bee images. Now you could cut those up individually. That's what I'm talking about here. Or like what I'm going to do is fussy cut around the whole thing and make it one long big piece, grab my bee page here and put those down the side, or as many as can fit. So I'm already in my mind coming up with a bee page as I'm harvesting. And of course I want that cat because hello, it's so cute. And we could cut it into a rectangle, or later if I want to fussy cut it, I can. I love these little desserts. These kind of drawing type little images and stuff are so cute to put in your glue books. I really like it. So I'm definitely cutting those out. I do end up taking that steak in a minute. I definitely want the hot dogs, and then I'll find what I want on the other side later. And I kept going back and forth. Do I want that steak? Do I not want it? And then I'm like, okay, if I'm thinking about it, I need to take it. I like cutting out the word wow. I cut it out quite a bit. Again, you're probably like, well, why didn't you just tear that out? Because I'm just grabbing the main things that I need right now. And then I can go back if I need more. But if I would just have way too many, it's easier to keep the magazine intact and come back for it. And cut out that ship. Some of these I'm showing, I've cut them out so many times that I just leave them in there in case I need them another time. I don't take them out. But like if I had a red glue, if I was doing a color glue book again, I'll go through these and grab those bits of color. I want to cut out that art piece right there. Definitely look at your images. I want all those dogs. So that's like human, looks like the dog. That's why it says twinning. So I want those. Again, blocks of color. I'm cutting out that cat. I'll pull it out a million different times because I love the cat. I've already glued it in my glue book twice, and then I cut it out. I think I ripped it out a few more times today. I already have that dental thing. I'll probably grab it again. I'm going to take the phone number and all the other things that I was pointing at there. I'm going to cut out that vanilla, and then there's words there. That I'll save for spring. This one I was going to save for spring, but then I saw that strawberry page, and I'm like, I have to have it. That's a great background. So all the like Easter stuff I'm keeping in here, but I was talking about how right there I could cut that out into a rectangle and just take that like little bits. You could cut out those little color swatches. I like that chair. It's bright, it's colorful, it's interesting. So I'm definitely cutting out the chair. And then I really like the print right there, so I'm going to cut those out. This is a TikToker right here, a whole article on her. So again, I'm showing how there's that print throughout this whole article of her, so I'm going to cut those out too. I'm going to cut out those orange slices. And then, oh, I think I was reading some of the recipes too. Oh yeah, I wanted that. So I do try and go through these pretty quickly just to grab kind of what I need. I'm looking for background images as well. So a background image to me basically is a page that has no writing on it or very limited writing on it with like interesting things. So I really like this. First of all, it's bright pink and yellow. It's super bright. Then it has that magnifying glass. Oh, I didn't see that one right there. See, this is why I go through my magazines twice. There's the yay again. And oh, I did pull it out. Okay. I really like the word gratitude. That's what I was hyper focused on there, right there. Because the font was good, the word was good, and there was yellow behind it. Win, win, win. I found a lot of things for different various glue books I have going. I found things for my dog and cat glue book. A lot of stuff for my birds and blooms glue book. My random glue books, of course. Those are the ones I'm mainly looking for. I had to have those little strawberry bunnies, even though they're for Easter, technically. Rapid fire, rapid fire. I love those. Anytime there's those little like cartoony things, I almost always put those in my big random glue book. So a lot of these images I save from my big random. There's that freaking sausage ad again. Look how cool those are. I was like, ooh, love all those 4 images. So I'm going to cut those out. Love the chicken. Absolutely love the chicken. Love the hydrangeas. So I decided I'm going to stick with the chicken first, flip it over and see what's left of the hydrangeas. Really want that shelf of all the canned goods and stuff. I just thought that would look kind of cool. I love her eyes. I have cut out that woman's eyes so many times. That sounds horrible. I totally sound like Hannibal Lecter. Oh man, if you know, you know. Okay, moving on. Love all the houses. Love all this stuff. Right now, I'm just flipping through, like I said, 5,000 times before. Oh, I love those. So I could leave that whole or cut each of those out. Love that. And I love that too. So that's one of those things where I just have to decide. I'm going to cut out that blanket, the quilt, in like a rectangle. And I like those on the other side. I like all those scales as well. This was fun. This was a lot of antique things. I'm already seeing a page in my mind of like the background of one of the flower scenes, and then add like that rooster or the chicken picture, and then, you know, some of the vintagey things. I think that would be so cute. So I start to feel like as I'm looking through all these images, stories are coming into my brain of pages I want to do. I love that cake. I want to cut it out. I've cut out that dog handprint thing dog and person hand thing there a million times. I'll probably continue to cut it out. It's just so cute. More vanilla. And I like the words, so I'm going to cut out the words separately. Make my own sentences. See what I can salvage on the back there. Look how cute that is. And his little name is Oliver. Oh my gosh, I love it. I can't wait to cut that one out. So cute. So I originally wanted that. Then I turned it around and I squealed because hello, how cute is that little chick right there? So the bottom part I'm going to cut out as like a border. I will fussy cut it for the bottom of a page, and then also cut out the little chick. Little cross stitch. I have a cross stitch right now in my fussy cut box I haven't used. Okay, cut out a lot of the beds. Always look for the artwork that's on the wall. You'll probably want to cut some of those out. Here I'm going to cut out the border of this. I really like the border. That's fun to add to your glue books. And then all those little squares and stuff, and then a rectangle of the flower bed there. She's adorable, and I want her dress. Love all the lavender, cows, all kinds of fun stuff. Some of this stuff I did pass on for now, but I definitely have it in my brain that they're there, and I'll come back for them when I need them. Love all of that. That is a great background. I could just cover it up, any words or whatever. You could cut out that color wheel there, cut out that little calendar. Lots of fun things. You really have to look outside the box. Some of these things don't look so great on their own, but when you cut them out, they look amazing. There's the cat again, and there I go again, taking the cat because I'm obsessed. I could cut her out. Oh, geez. That scared the you-know-what out of me. Hope that didn't scare you too. There's that little strawberry pie again. I want to cut out that flower. Cut out the rectangle. And then I saw the hat there and I was like, ooh, maybe I want the hat. I'm not sure yet. I kind of decide on a lot of that stuff later. So this magazine is the one that I'm going to save for later because I started, right when I opened it, I was like, I think I just harvested this magazine. And this is where I realized. So I was going to harvest it again because there's a lot of good images in here. But I decided to wait since I literally just harvested that the other day. Now, Bon Appetit. This is the last magazine I'll be going through. You could definitely cut out that car. And then I decided, ooh, I want him for my black and white glue book. Now this, I was reading the sentences and I'm going to cut out the morning, secret ingredient, love. So I'm going to just cut up the words and make my own sentences. I was talking about how that was a lot of retail space, or not retail space, but advertising space they wasted there. It was all white. I'm cutting her out because she's interesting. Her hair is interesting. Her dress has good texture and she's leaning so I can put her on anything. Now I was talking about here how I could cut this out into a rectangle, or I could fussy cut her out and put her like in a bowl of soup or something. More blocks of color of black. Love her. I could put her in my black and white glue book, or cut out her body and head and then put her like new eyes and mouth on her. Cutting out the wine bottles. Always good things there. Seeing blocks of color that I could cut out. This was milk. I couldn't understand what it was at first because it was like, it's tan, but it turns out it was pistachio milk and something else. I can't remember. And then I squealed when I saw that little chicken burger thing there. So there's things on both sides that I want. So I'm going to kind of go through and pick what I want and then figure it out then. I was a little bummed here that there was words over the top of that bun. So I'll either cut that part off or leave the black, and then I'm going to put something on top of it anyways. Okay, so I love in this magazine, they have all those little like octagons and squares of colored numbers. I'm cutting all of those out. This one was my first big dilemma. I really like this action figure, but I really like the macarons, and I feel like I'd use those more. So I was kind of going back and forth, trying to decide which one I'd use, and then I just put it away and decided I would deal with that later. So I'm picking out a lot of these pages because they have those numbers on them. That's why I'm taking them, because I like the bright color. That was like a wine label. That would make a great background, or you could cut out the wine label. And then there's that letter S up there too. And I love these water, the can and the glass. I was talking about how I probably won't cut out the water that's coming out of them, just the bottles and cans themselves. But I love the color of them. Could cut out a square there. Again, the little numbers, love them. Here's a bunch of little tiny fussy cuts, great for your little grid glue books that we've all been doing. Just fun little fussy cuts. I cut out the sage here because they were just interesting, and whatever that was, I still don't know. And then with this one, I really like the wine bottle, or whatever it is, and then her, and then I like the live your story with the teal behind it. I want to cut out that hand holding a cell phone, and I like the couple of words that were there, glass of milk. I'm just kind of cracking my spine a little bit here so it's easier to pull my pages out. Love all the little people, and I love the words on the other page. I wanted to squeeze that baby's cheeks. So cute. I'm going to cut her out. She's wearing Chucks. Love those. So cool. So I love this sandwich right here, but I hate that they put that right over the top. But again, I could add something over it, a drink or something. I really want that grilled cheese, and I want the where have I been all my life, or whatever that said. Again, cutting out some words. Somebody else is honking a horn. What is going on outside that people are honking as they're driving down my street? I need to go out and see. These are limes with salt. I could not figure out what they were. But I'm going to cut them out into a rectangle or a square. And then again, blocks of color. Love it. And it's bright neon. That's salt too. It's black and white. I might put that in my black and white glue book. This is cute. Knock, knock. Who's there? Milk. Milk who? Just milk. I thought that was adorable. Chicken. I'm going to put a head on top of it. I like to do that. Well, I'm looking at it trying to decide what I want to do. Oh, I was talking on the other side. There was some cigarettes there, and I had talked a while back about doing a glue book that had like cigarette ads in it and stuff. Not because I like cigarettes, but they're just interesting packaging and stuff. And, you know, someday they'll be non-existent, I'm assuming. I mean, look how far we've come so far. I like the words. I like the people on the back. I want to put those people in my black and white glue book. I'll fussy cut. I'll cut kind of like their torso, cut across, and then fussy cut all the top. Layer your lunch. That's a cool page. talking about all the different things you could cut up into a different, into a square. This has a bunch of different squares on it, and I like a lot of the different things on there. So I'll cut out all those little squares and rectangles. I love this as a background page. And then I realized those are all like Food Network chefs. I didn't notice at first. It was cute. I love the word, or that number 3. And I love this page. So this page is going to be a background for me. The words or the letters are huge. I love the background. Same with this. That'll be a background page for me as well. Loved that R, but I'd rather have the full page on the other side as a background. I'm going to cut out some of those little rectangles. I think that's a background. Yeah, that was a background page. That's a background page. I love the texture of it. Again, another background page for texture. I think I already answered this, but a background page for me would be the page that has limited to no words on it. I put those down first in my composition notebook, and then I glue stuff on top of them. The meat kind of grosses me out, but I also really like it as a background, and I could put that butcher in front of it and make my own page. I was talking about how weird, right? To see the page like go that way, vertical instead of horizontal. We don't see that very often. I definitely want that for a background. That could be a background too. It's just not as colorful. And I wanted to cut out some of those squares, but I'll save them for another day. Tons of liquor bottles. Those are always fun to cut out. Background. Background. Okay, so I really like her facial expression. She looks really fun. So I'm going to cut her off at the torso there. And then that way I could fit her on kind of like my smaller glue book that's 7x7. Or even my composition notebook. That would be fine too. So these are knives right there on the right. And I'm going to cut them out into a rectangle. And just so it'll be kind of like a pop of color. I often change the image to make it looks different once you cut it down. Shake up a soiree. I'm going to cut that out. I was looking at the little burger in the, what do you call that? Bloody Mary. My best friend loves Bloody Mary, so I was thinking about her. All right. So here are all my background pages. I'm going to close this video out. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you got some good tips and tricks from watching this magazine harvest. I'm going to try and cut out as much stuff as I can today, and then I'll post a photo in my Facebook group and my community tab. Look how many pages I have there. That's why I always do a rapid fire quick harvest and not take everything out at once. Don't forget to drink your water. Have a fabulous day. Give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, friends.